Hi, my name is David Schell. I work for Alterra Mountain Company as an IT security analyst. Today I'll be talking about the LogRhythm SIEM product. Our primary use case for our LogRhythm product is to maintain PCI compliance across all of our environment. We also use it to monitor authentication and monitor our perimeter for security threats. The most valuable feature I get out of the LogRhythm platform is being able to take machine data and present it in a format that's easy to understand, easy to analyze, and easy to pivot through to get answers to the questions I have that I'm investigating, whether they're security related or operationally related. Today at LogRhythm, we're using a lot of the analytical capabilities. One of my favorite features is the AI engine that allows us to take multiple data events, tie them together in different patterns and different baselines in order to identify more complex threats in our environment. Sure, the product is improving our organization and giving us a lot more visibility. It also gives a lot of our smaller different IT organizations that we partner with better understanding of their environment and also a way to kind of structure the access to that data. Sure, at this time we're not using any of the playbooks in LogRhythm because it's currently not available in our version. However, we are very excited about that feature coming out in the near future, and we're definitely looking at using playbooks to do phishing, unauthorized access, and other use cases we're going to identify in the future to make sure that our analysts are responding to threats in similar ways and that the correct actions are being taken. So stability in the LogRhythm product has been very solid for me. I'm a very experienced user. I've used the product for about 5 to 6 years now. I have a lot of administration and analyst experience with the tool. The other great feature is that LogRhythm support is really excellent. They're easy to get a hold of, they're very talented, and if they aren't able to answer your question right away, they have a very good internal escalation process to get an answer to resolve your issue. So scalability is pretty solid with LogRhythm. I know that's one of their biggest issues is if you have a huge enterprise environment, there might be some scalability issues, but for a small, medium, pretty large sized businesses, I think LogRhythm is going to be a great tool to match that environment. Sure, so I've been involved in the setup at our organization replacing QRadar as our previous SIEM. It was a very straightforward implementation. The TMF team at LogRhythm helped make sure we got everything deployed, gave us some examples of how to onboard the log sources, and then kind of gave us a playbook to move forward and gather the rest of the data from our environment. So we have about, I'd say, 75 different types of log sources coming into the environment right now. The log source support is good. There's always room for improvement. One of the areas that LogRhythm's kind of pushing really hard right now is to integrate more cloud solutions, so your Office 365, your Azure, your AWS, making sure that those SaaS and other cloud platforms are getting the data you need in that platform. It's getting better, but there's definitely still work to be done. So right now we're doing about 3,000 messages per second in our environment, but we still have a number of different resorts to onboard in our tenant, so we're definitely looking to push above probably the 7,000 to 8,000 range. Sure, unfortunately we aren't capturing the best metrics right now on that, but it's definitely something that using the case management feature in LogRhythm, we're hoping to get that sort of analytics. So we're not using a lot of the automation use cases at this time, although we have some in mind. The biggest one in my mind that I want to implement is some of the AD controls. So reacting to a threat where an account password needs to be changed or account should be disabled to react to that threat. Moving into first a phase where an analyst is going to see that, review that action, and then once we get comfortable, make that an automated action. Sure, so I think two big areas for improvement is TTL, making sure that the data that we're collecting is available for a longer amount of time. So I know with some of the new releases coming in LogRhythm, that's going to be improved, which I'm really excited about. The other one is kind of getting back to the fundamentals of why LogRhythm is chosen as a solution, being able to take your machine data, understand it, index it, classify it, and give you that visibility. I'd like to see them focus on that because there's so many different security tools being spun up these days that being able to keep up with that and having more partnerships with security vendors to make sure that as security tools have new releases in their environment, they're able to keep up with those logging changes. I wasn't part of the evaluation at this location. I actually took the job because I knew that I'd selected LogRhythm and I had the experience there. I know they evaluated Rapid7, Splunk, and QRadar, which was the incumbent when evaluating LogRhythm as a replacement SIEM solution. So our security program is still pretty immature. It's a pretty immature company. We've existed for less than a year. We're growing very rapidly. We're trying to start with the foundational policy and compliance requirements that we have and trying to tie those and map those into LogRhythm. So that's going to be our main tool to tie all that requirements into. Sure, I'd give LogRhythm a 9 out of 10 because of the ease of use, especially as an analyst, being able to twist and turn all that data, drill down on it, really get an easy understanding of what's going on in the environment. From the administration side as well, it's a lot easier to use than other products I've had, and it has all the built-in knowledge, whereas with some tools you dump all your data into it and it's up to you to do that classification and indexing and understanding of that data, where the value that LogRhythm is going to provide for you is that pre-built classification for all the data sources in your environment. If I had a friend that was looking to implement a new SIEM solution, I would have them understand what log sources they're trying to bring into the SIEM solution and make sure that the one they chose supported those log sources. On top of that, understand your use cases that you're going to use the SIEM for. Have those ready in hand and be ready to start building those out as you get that data in the environment.